we doing? Are we having a good Friday so far? Yeah, good. All right. So how many of you put it in the chat if you do Payday every year or you have an event coming up in quarter 4? So if you're doing an event in quarter 4 or you're doing Payday, put it in the chat. Let's see. Nicole. Oh, hey, Lori. Oh, awesome. We've got quite a few, Megan.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, so we're excited to talk to you about how you turn Payday into Payday today. Megan's going to lead the way because she is an expert on this. And Megan and I, as well as Sarah Detmore and Anna Kruger, lead Role Play Rumble. Have you all heard about Role Play Rumble or know what that is? Put it in the chat, yes, no, so I kind of engage the audience. Yes, no. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, we basically come on once a week. We train you on a conversation that's relevant, whether it's around buyers. Sarah Detmore leads buyers. I lead sellers. Anna Kruger leads lead conversion. So those of you who are in the lead gen realm, and Megan leads database. So we train once a week and then we come together 3 times a week and we role play. And so it's a subscription-based program and we're really excited. And this is just a little snippet of something that we train on in Role Play Rumble when it comes to the database. So Megan, take it away.
Yeah, thanks, Emily. So I am so excited to be with you guys today. Getting appointments from events is one of my all-time favorite database conversion strategies. And I've been using that with clients for about 5 years now. I've seen clients have as big as an 800% increase using the skills we're going to talk about today on appointments set from an event. So get your pens out, get ready to interact. Feel free. I am not super formal. So if you have questions, you have something, just like throw it in the chat box. Be as engaged as you want to be. Guys, there's only 28 of us on this call, which means that if you have something you want to address, the odds are pretty high that we're going to be able to address it. So you get out of it what you put into it, and I am here to help you get some results. So number one, anybody just kind of to take the temperature here, what are some goals that you have around events? Type it just real fast in the chat box because I'm going to be moving pretty fast today to get you guys this system. Why throw an event? What goal do you have around an event? Why bother? Why buy pies? Referrals, get more business. Only 2 goals. That's great. No, call to action, touch point for clients, return on investment, connect with my people. Ooh, I host at my house. Bless my clients and get more business, meet with past clients. Yeah, so at the end of the day, we want to have events like do pie days, pictures in the park, whatever, in order to make more money, right? Like anyone get into real estate to be a not-for-profit realtor? Like anybody here hate money or not like it at all? Okay, no hands went up that I could see. So I feel like that's a pretty safe bet that you guys want to make more money. Like we connect with past clients because we want to grow our database. We want to convert our database. We invite them to our homes because we care, but also we have to pay our bills, right? We want to be able to sell them some real estate. So at the end of the day, we need to make more money. So how do we leverage events to write these numbers down, guys, because I have been tracking the data for 5 years. I'm an operations specialist. You know, I got the goods to back it up. I got spreadsheets. For 5 years, I've been tracking this data. How do we get a 10% conversion rate from our MET database using events? Well, first of all, so this is the math. It starts with the METs. And let's just define that really quickly. So a MET database is the database of people who already know, like, and trust us, that you already know, like, and trust, right? These are the fun people to talk to, the people you want to have a conversation with. This isn't the cold leads you got from Zillow or Facebook or whatever. When we talk about our METS database, the reason I'm so passionate about database, I am the database coach here, so just keep that in mind, is because you can get these phenomenal conversion rates. And what I've 5 years of collecting the data, here's the math, okay? You can convert your database. We're just going to say you have a database of 100 because I don't do mental math well, and I think we can all follow along with 100. You can take your own number and apply these metrics. But let's say we have a MET database of 100 people. My data says that we can convert those 100 people between 1 and 4%. So we can get 1 to 4 deals from those 100 people if all we do is market to them. So we have a really solid 36 touch plan where we send out emails and maybe we do little postcards, but we don't call them at all. Whether intentional or by accident, whatever the case may be, 1 to 4% conversion rate, 5 years of tracking this data gets for 100 person, that's 1 to 4 deals. Okay. Now, let's say you need more than 1 to 4 deals to feed your family from these 100 people. You can get a 7 to 9% conversion rate from this same 100 people when you add a non-primary caller. And non-primary means they are not the person, they're not you. They're not the person that the one in the database knows, likes, and trusts, right? Maybe it's your assistant. Maybe it's an ISA. Maybe it's your lender partner who agreed to help you call through your 100 people. I can't tell that it makes a difference, like who is the caller, but you're going to get that 7 to 9% conversion rate when it's not you, not the primary relationship, calling these people, okay? Great. That means if you've got 100 people in your database, now you have 7 to 9 deals. So we went from 1 to 4 to 7 to 9. Anybody digging this math so far? Like, okay, we can get behind this. Like, we're making some deals. How do I go? Nicole's like, yes. How do I go from 7 to 9 to 10 to 20 deals from that same 100 people? The data shows 5 years, y'all have been collecting this data, including this year in the shift, and I can't tell that the shift has made a difference. So 10 to 20 deals from that same 100 is the primary caller. That's you. The primary relationship calls that person 4 times a year. All right, you back it down to 2 times a year and you start to slip back into some of that 7 to 9% conversion rate, even though it's you calling, which again, maybe 7 to 9 deals per 100 is the life by design you've got. I'm not here to judge. You just get to pick. Do you want 1 to 4, 7 to 9, or 10 to 20? Now, how do we get, the rest of the call, can we just agree, is going to be about how to get 10 to 20, because I want you to get 20 deals instead of 1 deal. Is that fair? Like, can we agree? That's like, yes. Okay, great. I got at least somebody with a thumbs up, so I'm going to keep rolling. The money, you can see the money in the event is in the conversation. Now, I want to be clear about this because when I teach this, people say, Meagan, I have events to make connections and I'm not going to sell real estate. And you know what I say? You shouldn't. Like at Payday, you should be giving away free pies and having wonderful conversations about their kids and their dogs and like what they're going to do that weekend. You shouldn't be selling real estate. How gross would it be if you showed up to an event, someone invited you to dinner, and then they whipped out their Cutco knife presentation and all dinner long you had to sit through Cutco? Like, no, we're not doing that. That's gross and icky. The conversation that you have before the event is the one during which you set the appointment. Okay. So here is how you set up a call day before the event for success. This means in this case of Payday, we're going to be talking about calling to give away your free pie. Okay. So before Payday happens, I always suggest 30 days before. You take a whole day to call your database. If you've got a big database, and remember, if something gets stuck for you, type a question in the chat box. If you got a big database, like let's say you got 500 people in there, 1,000 people in there, there is no rule that prohibits you from doing this for more than 1 day. Okay, so pick the number of days to have a call day based on the number of database size you have and how many appointments you want to set here. Here's how you set the call day up for success. We're not going to go into a great amount of detail because they gave me 30 minutes and I'm doing my best here. We do go into a great amount of detail in Role Play Rumble. So if this strikes your fancy, join me in Role Play Rumble. But here are the 4 things we do to set up call day for success so that you can go get your 10 to 20 appointments. Number 1, we set a goal with an intention. A great way to get 0 appointments from a call day for pies is to have no goal around how many appointments you want to set. And I don't care what size you are, from like brand new agent to a team that's doing 300 deals a year. I have seen everybody in between set 0 appointments because they have no goal. They have no intention to go into that call day with an outcome. So not you, because you're here today. So you know that when you go to your all day call day for your Payday, you're going to set a goal. I'm going to set 5 appointments. I'm going to set 10 appointments. I'm going to set 20 appointments. Your goal, you do you, right? There's no judgment on the size of your goal. It's your goal. You pick it. Number 2, you're going to skill up. So if we're calling everybody 30 days before Pi Day, I'm going to actually say go back at least 30 days before call day to practice the script that I am, conversation that I am about to show you how to have. Okay. So we're not supposed to say scripts anymore. So skill up and take the time. If you want to play at the NFL, you have to practice like you play at the NFL. If you want to set 20 appointments and call only 100 people, you're not going to accident your way into doing that. Trust me, I've tried. Okay. You're going to have to skill up in order to get that 20. Number 3, gamify it. So make it fun for you, right? Like, okay, the first appointment I get, I love ice cream. I'm going to have some ice cream. Maybe that's like says something to maybe don't choose food, choose another word, but gamify it. Like, okay, every appointment I get, I'm going to like take a victory lap around the office. Whatever it is that makes it fun and silly for you, do that thing because it's it should be fun. We're setting appointments. We're talking to people that we like. Now make the rules of the day something that you find really rewarding. And number 4, gain commitment. And what I mean by that is anyone in your life or that could step into your world during that call day, go ahead and tell them what you're doing and gain commitment from them that they are not going to interrupt you, that they're going to support you. So whether that's finding someone to watch your kids or telling your office mate that you don't want to be disturbed, just gain commitment on this activity because that's the only way you're going to make it through without the distractions, without being pulled back in, right? We want you setting 20 appointments per 100 people in your database. That's the 4 ways that you're going to set yourself up for success. Now, like we said, and I know I'm going fast, so comment in the comments if you need something. The true magic of the events is this all day call day before. And again, we're maximizing that with the primary relationship. So are you ready for the conversation that is going to get you this number? Okay, before I share it with you, just put in the chat box, how many of you are the primary relationship and how many of you are the non-primary relationship? Just, you know what, anybody the non-primary relationship on this call? Like, do I have any DOSs? Okay, lots of non-primaries. Perfect. I'm going to give you 2 things. All right, it's coming at you. I'm just going to skip non-primary if no non-primaries were here. The first one I'm putting into the box. I hope this is allowed. Madeline, don't be mad at me. The first one I'm putting into the box is, so you don't have to try and write it super fast, is if you are the primary relationship, okay? If you are the non-primary relationship here on the call, I got something for you too. I'm going to put that in the chat box as well. Okay, so you got 2 conversation outlines here, and you'll see they're truly outlines. These are not scripts. These are outlines with instructions written in here. Okay, and I am going to also, just in case, for whatever reason, I want this to be as accessible as possible for you. Oh, maybe I can't. Okay, if I'm allowed to share my screen, somebody who's managing me right now, go ahead and give me share screen. Otherwise, we'll go with what I've got in the boxes. So here's how it goes. Okay, check this out. I'm gonna demo it for you. Oh, I think that was my permission. Haha, yes it was. Okay.
Megan, you muted yourself.
Whoa, tech fail. Okay, can everybody see this the script on the screen, primary relationship? And I'll give it some space so you can see non-primary. Somebody give me a thumbs up or a, so I can tell that you can see it here. Okay, perfect. Okay, check it out. This is how it sounds, and then I'm going to tell you why it's in this order, because the number 1 mistake people make is that, oh, too small. Yes, I can zoom it in. Thank you. Is that good? Is that they get this out of order. Now, this is the same script that I dropped in the chat box, so you got it 2 places. Here's how it goes. Emily, I'm coming to you. I called her, ring, ring, ring. Hey, Emily, did I catch you at a good time? Do you have 5 minutes?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, remember, I'm going to break script for a minute. Emily knows, likes, and trusts me. So this is not like I don't even have to, however I would talk to Emily, that's what I'm going to be doing right now. Okay. So did I catch a good time? Do you have 5 minutes? Yeah, what's up? Okay, we're back in it. Hey, it's been a minute. Are you still working from home? Did you go back to the office? What's going on for you right now?
Yeah, I'm about half and half. I go to the office 3 days a week and I work from home twice a week. So I really like it. It's flexible and it's good.
Well, I actually called you about some sweet, 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 sweet pies, but before I get into that, I just kind of thought I'd check in on how work was going. You know me, I'm still in real estate, which means I would kind of work from other people's homes, in and out all day long, which is always been kind of my pleasure and my delight. I don't know if you know this because there's so much information about real estate right now, but it might interest you to know that there is a lender that works with this new home builder, and they are actually beating interest rates, like the national interest rates, by about 3%. And so I've been so pumped about that. I've been telling everybody I know. Have you guys been thinking, like, is new construction something on your radar?
Not really, honestly. We're really happy where we're at. We really love, our community, but man, that's awesome because I've seen a lot of news about interest rates and they're so high right now. So that's pretty awesome that they're able to do that.
No, I know. Well, listen, I get it because I like trick my parents into moving close to me and they watch my kids for free. So I'm not moving either. But if you run into somebody who's got some questions about interest rates or needs to know that I've got this in for new construction at 3% less, will you do me a favor and call me and let me know?
Oh yeah, of course. Happy to help.
Awesome. Thanks, Emily. Anyway, that's not the reason for my call. I'm actually calling you about this totally amazing pie event that we're doing. We've got pumpkin, we've got pecan. We're giving them away just as a thank you for like being with me and supporting my team all these years. I just want to give you this pie for Thanksgiving. Which one would you like? Okay, now I'm going to pause the role play here because we're just short on time. But do you see? Okay, let's talk about what we just did. Okay, number one. Hey, did I catch you at a good time? Do you have 5 minutes? I'm setting an internal expectation for myself because I like to talk to Emily and I could talk to Emily for an hour. Okay, so I want to set this expectation because I have a goal. Remember that part of setting up call day for success? I have a goal to set 10 appointments. I'm not going to do it if I have 5 conversations that all last an hour. I need to be brief. So I'm setting the expectations for myself and for Emily that this is a short call. Okay, 5 minutes. Then I went in with an occupation question. Any occupation question. I know Emily, and even if I haven't talked to her for a long time, I'm going to pick something around occupation. Now, this is where I always recommend, if you have been in real estate for longer than 6 months, that you set your database up where at the top of everyone's notes you have family, occupation, recreation, dreams, forward. That's from Bold or Ninja Sales, depending on which you've taken. And you just write out the answers there, because I can look back up and I can pull occupation and I can ask her about that thing. The reason I want you to pick occupation and not say, hey, I saw your dog on Facebook, or hey, you got a new puppy, is because it's totally socially acceptable, whether she asks me about work or not, for me to answer about work now that I've asked her about her work. That's socially acceptable for us culturally. So she didn't ask me, you notice, I just told her because I'd asked her and then I just told her about me. So that's what I want you to do here. Now, what you need to be prepared to do, and this is where you get to this 20% conversion rate, is you need to have your hot stats. I know Emily, so I'm going to pull from all the hot stats about my market that I know. I call them arrows in my quiver. I'm going to pull the right one and I'm going to shoot it. I don't know what you see. I don't do archery, but I'm going to shoot that arrow at her. I picked new construction interest rates. I could have said, if Emily's in my database and I know she's been a renter, I could have said, hey, I don't know if you know, but rent in our area, which is true in my area, so you need your areas, right? Rents in our area are going up so fast that it's actually more expensive to rent a single bedroom than it is to buy a starter home. I'm like so pumped about that stat and helping people figure out how to get into a home that acts actually less than their rent. I I just want to make sure you knew that might be a choice for you. Have you guys considered looking at what it would look like to get out of that apartment? So again, you're just going to pull a hot stat. You pick it. If you've got a team, go tell your team you want a list of hot stats. If you're a solo agent, go start digging around. Like, what are the really sexy statistics or the really sexy information about your market right now that you could pull out here? It's not awkward because we were already talking about real estate, because we were talking about my job, which is real estate. So it flows really smoothly. Then you're going to listen. Okay. So you need a graceful exit, which is the event. If your person says, no, I don't want to talk about that, you're like, no, that's cool, because I'm really calling you about pies. And I got this sweet deal about pies for you. Pies, 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 pies. And now she doesn't feel like you just want to tell me about real estate and you don't care about me, right? If I had started with pies and then tried to go to real estate, it's awkward, y'all. Y'all ever had that awkward experience where you're like, hey, this is Megan. I wanted to give you a pie. Yeah, pie is really great. Oh yeah, okay, pecan. Oh great. Are you thinking of selling your home? Like, that's weird as hell. Don't do that. Sorry, Madeline. That's weird. Don't do that, right? So start with, this is me, this is my occupation. Hey, this just came to my mind, this crazy cool stat for you. And then go to, it doesn't matter anyway, this is your graceful exit. Pies is why I'm calling you. But if she had said anything, I'm listening for a life change or a pain point, right? If she had said anything about, oh, we like it. Well, I'm very interested now in like why she used that tone. I'm going to just be like, do you? Because girl, it doesn't sound like you like it. Or she might say, oh, we're having another kid. Or she might say, our backyard's really small. Or she might say, you won't believe this, but my significant other just brought home 3 puppies. I don't know what she's going to say, right? But I'm listening for those pain points. And I have been skilling up. Remember the 4 ways to have a successful call day. I have been skilling up so that I can pre-qualify her right now without sounding like a weirdo. And not sounding like a weirdo is something I'm going to help y'all with in Role Play Rumble. Just ask anyone in there. We work on that a lot, right? Because this can sound weird. Like suddenly I'm trying to go into location. But if she tells me her significant other just brought home 3 puppies, right? I'm going straight for it. Hey, you guys got a backyard big enough for that? It doesn't even sound like real estate. I just am caring about her, right? And she's going to say whatever she says. Oh yeah, we live on 5 acres. Oh, okay. Or she's going to be like, no, I don't even know what we're going to do. We don't have a fenced yard at all. And now we can go to, have you priced fencing out? Yes, it's going to cost me 10 grand to fence this yard. Wow, that sounds like a lot of money. Is that like an investment you're willing to make in the home you're currently in? Or are you guys thinking about actually like rolling that into a new mortgage at a bigger property? You see how easy that is? So skilling up and being prepared to listen for motivation and go into pre-qualification is the way that you get to that 10 to 20% appointment rate. And again, no matter what happens, whether I set this appointment or I don't, I have my event to fall back on, right? If I can get the event from Emily, like amazing, excellent job. I can't even believe what it's going to be like to have 3 puppies, but I can't wait to meet them at our appointment on Thursday. But listen, that's not even why I called you. I called you because I want to give you away, like I want to give you a sweet, sweet pie. So it is so smooth when you be a human first, talk about you, go for the motivation, listen for an opportunity. It's like fishing, right? You're just like fishing. You're just like poking around. Is there an opportunity here? And then pre-qualify it on the spot and then talk about pies. Never in reverse. Pies first is no. Event first is no. It's awkward as hell. You can't do it smoothly. You sound like a big real estate weirdo. And we're not all about that. We're all about relationships in our database. Now, if you, I got like just a second. So this is like testing my skills. In 1 minute, if you scroll down here to the non-primary, if you look at that second script I dropped in the chat box, you can see that this is the one case where we're going to switch up this conversation style a little bit. And it's, hey, did I catch it a good time? Do you have 5 minutes? And then I'm going to say my agent name. So I got a lot of y'all. So like Sarah asked me to give you a call. And now I am going to say about pies because they don't know me. I'm not going to call and be like, how's work? they don't know who I am. I'm going to be like, hey, it's Meagan from Sarah's team. Did I catch you at a good time? Do you have 5 minutes? Sarah actually asked me to give you a call about this amazing thing she's doing. She's giving everyone away a pie. Like I am so excited. I get to even call you and tell you, congratulations, you get a free pie, like pumpkin or pecan, right? And then once we settle her pie, whoever this person's pie is, I'm gonna be like, hey, listen, while I've got you on the phone, what real estate goals could I help you with today? I mean, handyman recommendations, questions about interest rates. I've maybe got answers for you, and we want to make sure we're your full service real estate team. And now I'm listening. Oh gosh, yeah, we just got 3 puppies and I have to build this fence. And the first quote I got is $10,000. Like, who do you guys recommend? Wow, $10,000. And now I'm going to go, even though I'm not the primary, and I'm going to be prepared to LP Mama. $10,000 is quite the investment. I actually do have a fence guy. I can tell you fences are, you know, the price of wood's pretty high. I'm going to connect you with him. But no matter how that goes, like, let me just ask you this. Is that an expense you guys are looking to make, or are you interested in wrapping that into a mortgage and getting a bigger property? How could I hook you back up with Sarah in order to make that happen? I'm going to go straight to pre-qualification as the non-primary. That's how I get 7 to 9%, even when it's not my database. Okay, that is, I think I got you guys everything you need to like go out and get the job done for Payday, right? I want you guys having ultimate success. My success is you guys going and getting 20 deals out of 100 conversations from your database that you have. When you use this technique and it works, tag, give us a like, show me some love, give us a tag on social. Here's our Instagram, here's our Facebook. You can also follow us there for tips like this. And I think I am a little over time before we wrap this up, so I apologize. But Emily, back to you.
Awesome. That was great. Did y'all learn something? What was the best thing that you took away from Meagan's framework here? Meagan, I have all the notes, but I'm curious to know, what did y'all learn? Put it in the chat. And if we want to jump to the next slide, I love that. Yes. Talk about real estate before pie. Start with Ford. The hot stats. Yep. I love it. Stephanie, I agree. I thought that the non-primary, for those of you who aren't the primary agent, or for those of you who are an agent, but you have an executive assistant, or you have a team and you're like, okay, how do I leverage this? This is great leverage for the person. So I love it. So Role Play Rumble, we are launching September 26th. And every week, what you do, like I said, like I mentioned before, you jump on once a week. We train you similar to what Meagan did today. We role play it, and then 3 times a week, y'all get a role play. The cool thing is that what Sarah, Anna, Meagan, and I have done is we have created a platform where all of our conversations, all of our objection handlers, everything for the database is in Database Role Play Rumble. So if you are on here and you're like, hey, I'm doing it now, eventually I would like to hire an admin, or hey, I am the admin and I have so many notes and it all gets lost. We have a whole space of this is where it's at and it's categorized. So for Sarah on buyers, it's like open houses, all of the conversations, everything you need to know for open houses is there. Buyer consultation, it's all there. Common buyer objections, it's all there. So it's in one spot such that we're one company, one language. It's $99 a month. Like I said, a subscription base. And the cool thing too is that, let's say that you start off with buyers and then a few months in, you're like, you know what? I'm pretty good on this. I want to jump into sellers. Awesome. You can do that and transfer as your focus. So we know what we focus on expands. So we want to start with one thing first. But it's really awesome. So this may not be for you, but if you know someone who would benefit, we'd love for you to spread the news. And next week, if we'll jump to the next slide, we are going to go through with Anna. Anna's going to talk about, how many of you know Anna Kruger on this call? Anna Kruger. Sarah, what's the best way you would describe Anna?
Oh my goodness. I would consider Anna to be a friend of mine first, but she's also a phenomenally confident conversationalist in things beyond real estate as well. And like Megan, I am the funny one in this group, and I'm actually kind of disappointed that you were funnier than I was last week. So anyway, but I love you, right? Guys, and I think what we the overarching theme here is, if you've, and no matter where you are in business right now, whether it's database, buyers, sellers, lead conversion, if you find yourself wondering, what do I say? This is the program for you. No matter where you are in business, if you're stuck on what to say in any of your conversations, and I love Megan's examples today on conversations about just calling people that you already know. Like, how simple is that to invite them to an event? So it could be anywhere, anyway. But back to your original question, Emily, on Anna. Anna is like one of the conversation queens in the MAPS community when it comes to lead conversion specifically. And I think I may not be the only MAPS coach who's seeing that as a real gap right now, or a real opportunity for agents in production. Is we're having the conversations. Where we're struggling is getting the prospect to commit for a meeting. And you even heard on main stage at Mega Agent Camp, we're past the point of speed to lead. It's speed to face. We got to set the appointment in 2 to 3 minutes. And that's what Anna's going to talk about next Tuesday on our next call about Role Play Rumble conversation. So it's all good stuff. Obviously, we could talk about this for hours on end, and I know that we don't have time for that. So Madeline's going to get mad and tell us to stop talking soon.
Awesome. Well, hey, I love it, Sarah. Well, we appreciate you all for jumping on and spending time with us. If you have any questions about Role Play Rumble, it's a tongue twister, Role Play Rumble exclusively, feel free to reach out to one of us, give us a call or shoot us an email, and we are happy to help get you all going. Have a great day.
Join us back on Tuesday, guys. Great conversations with Anna coming at you. And then Emily's next Friday. We got a lot of great content still to share that can really help impact your business in the next couple of months. Like, don't sleep on this, right?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.